Welcome to Amherst, Massachusetts, and McGirt Alumni Stadium, home to the Minutemen of UMass, just a stone's throw away from where the heart of the American Revolution was fought, and we are anxious to see a fight on the gridiron in this one. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the James Madison Dukes, taking on a fellow AAC opponent, the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff and we'll be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the James Madison Dukes offense will start this game off. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too. I swear, when you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep. This is a playmaker that will be featured.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback keeps it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. They're testing the right side here. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Are you as surprised as I am that they didn't throw the football there?
Man, I'm shocked. You get in those situations, 99% of the time, those are passes, but slip in the run, maybe a little confusion by the defense, thinking pass, pass, pass. It worked, so nobody complains.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Touch pass on the run. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. This opening drive, methodical, efficient. They'll snap it for the 9th time on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Dukes get enough for the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown run.
7, UMass 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the UMass Minutemen have the ball for the first time, and their offense will go to work. You know, David, both of these teams have a strong safety that can support the run and also disruptive in the passing game.
I mean, it's just so nice to have a guy that's so physical, like a linebacker, but also can play like a DB. These guys are really revolutionizing defenses.
They hit people, too. They are heat-seeking missiles. Nobody wants to run over the middle of the field against these guys.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. UMass quickly back to the line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quick release by the QB. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Dropping back, it's Aldridge. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, it's 3rd and short. They're throwing for it. They just can't come up with that one. Setting up a big decision now for the head coach on 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Coleman.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
He's got it on the right. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
In that third down and manageable situation, I love the RPO play call. You just would love to see your offensive line get a little bit more push. That was a good look to run into, but the defense just beat him up front.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
That's a great job there by the defense.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. He's going to pass. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, UMass! What a catch and run for 6.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Duke. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Offense set on first down. The give to the back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Might as well stick with him. And the Dukes are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. A run for the quarterback. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw in that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Now on the move. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
Quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Dukes have their offense in high gear. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Got his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Dukes are in the red zone. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. He wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dukes.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. The UMass offense returns to the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Gets it out fast. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking downfield, it's Aldridge. And that pass is intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Working that wide receiver screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
The option look. Quick toss. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking to throw it. Lofts one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, James Madison. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is
Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They want to run this quarterback. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dukes! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He's got his man. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Pocket starts to collapse. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. It's good. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Amherst. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's head back to our team inside Alumni Stadium.
And the Dukes will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UMass offense returns to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. He's got to make some plays for me, too.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to throw, it's Aldridge. Fires to the right. It's complete. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain. UMass quickly back to the line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
He wants to throw here on second down. And they got him for the sack. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll take a shot. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. They'll decline the penalty, and the touchdown will count. Lining up to add another. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Texas Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. To the air on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Still on his feet at the 45. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Okay, on the call is now second and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
UMass 17.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
That last completion sets him up on second down. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10.
There's so many of these read plays with quarterbacks because they're so smart and they're so athletic now. He makes the correct read, the correct decision, goes and gets the first down, new set of downs. Great job by the quarterback.
UMass quickly back to the line. Looking to pass. It's Aldridge. He's going to throw deep right side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Big play and a first down.
From the gun, running back gets the give. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run the option. Now the toss. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
They go to the ground. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession? They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 27. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. To the ground to try to move the chains. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Give to the big fullback. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside. Defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Spins away from the defense. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The Dukes are flying down the field. On the move. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the...
Fires one high and deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Dukes! And the pummeling has started. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The UMass offense returns to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Got his man downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Looking to throw, it's Aldridge. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. He's got 69 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. They'll throw it on 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. Grabs it inside the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
They're on it. They recover the onside kick and they get it right back.
Illegal touch. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Coming, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Nice move to stay on his feet. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Went to the running game on first down, now second down. The give to the tailback. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
56, UMass 17.
From inside the 15, here's the return. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Looking to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Second down coming up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. A strike downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.